Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 9 battle. This is Early Middle Ages Division A. Here I have the Byzantines with Arab allies against Sennacherib's Arabs, Umayyad, with Moorish allies. Sennacherib has been tearing it up in other divisions, other sections, so we'll see what we can do here. We have some decent terrain, although it's a little bit far apart for my taste. Let's take a look at the Umayyad list. A absurd mass of light infantry if he wants it. Just ridiculous. In theory, up to 14 light infantry and 2 massed archers. For cavalry, very solid lancers, or cheaper ones if he wants them. Good light horse options, including the light lancers. Endless light javelin horse. The only weakness seems to be the infantry line. It's your standard irregular foot for mediums with a couple of veteran Dailami. I mean, they're great, but otherwise it's your defensive spearmen and your armored defensive spearmen. So we need to find a way to not get shot to pieces by enormous hordes of skirmishers. Good height hills. The question is, do I want to seize both or one? I think trying to seize this hill could be risky in that he deploys a little bit closer to it. He gets to move first. Then we move, and then we might meet on the crest here. I don't know if I want to do that. So an alternative, very defensive deployment would be to simply fight here. So I think I should initially deploy as if I'm going to do that, then modify it based on how many points I have left after I set that up. And considering the potential swarm of lights, yeah, we're going to want all these Skutatoi archers we can get. $600 points remaining. I'll want lights. And more lights. Okay. 400 points remaining. Massed archers, yes. So at 387, the question is, do I want more infantry? Do I want light horse? I think I do want the 2 Bedouin light horse because of the swarm of javelin cavalry we're likely to be facing. And lancers, let's see. I'll take the thematic lancers. They're above average and they can shoot, so it's pretty good. 160 points remaining. I could just get 2 more tagmatic lancers. I could get a swarm of Bedouin cavalry, but I think they'll get shot up, to be honest. Or I could get the Dailami. One more tagmatic lancers, and then 2 units of nomad horse archers, perhaps, or 1 nomad horse and 1 Dailami foot. Okay. So we're going to hold defensively. We're going to shoot it out. And hopefully I didn't go too heavy on lights and cavalry and too light on infantry, but I don't think so. I mean, let's see, at most for non-irregular foot, he can get 11 units plus a raw 16. We have 13 in a strong defensive position, so we're going to go with it. Can add 2 commanders, so we'll put 1 on the Dailami foot. And add another cavalry command. And I might actually bother adding lights, which is something I should be doing more, and I tend not to. Okay, let's use force selection and deployment. So light horse, no surprise there. Well, he's inviting me to come out, and I'm going to decline that offer. Good. Next turn. Is that how it's gonna be? Shift over to cut off the advance of the lights. Get the Dailami in the rough. And here we stand. Yeah, I'm not too keen on trundling forward, getting surrounded by 8 units of light cavalry, then ambushed by whatever's in here with the cavalry looping around. If that means a draw, I'm alright with that. Next turn. Great, got that lined up. And in the meantime, we can shift skirmishers to the rear. Suppose I could count points about now. Okay, so what's visible is about 2/3 of his army. So there's about 400 points worth of men hidden here. I suppose if I want to battle, I'll have to move forward, but I don't know if I like the idea of playing by his rules. I think I'm willing to accept the draw here. To elaborate, I think I'm not willing to fight by marching this way, getting hit from both sides by light cavalry, to run into who knows what in the forest and marsh. If he moved here, I think that then I would be willing to fight in the open here. I might tell him that. We'll see. Alright. He says he doesn't have enough power to break through a full shooting army. So what's that mean? Not really a direct response to my invitation. I guess it means sitting there. Well, cool. I suppose I can seize this hill at least and see if I get any reaction to that. But it's not looking good in terms of having a fight. There, that'll be our split. Like so. Alright, we'll seize this hill next and see if we get any reaction other than harassment from light horse, which we can combat with our own light horse, supported by light foot. Next turn. Keep seizing that hill. And we can, well, no. What have we got? Our cavalry here. Shift them left, keep one unit of cavalry with this main body of foot. Seize this built up area if we can. And shuffle a bit more forward. Send one more unit of light foot to assist in this skirmish. Alright. Next turn. Okay. Very exciting. Guess I'm just gonna have to constantly keep some lights behind, ready to try to fend these guys off. Alright, good enough. Next turn. Alright, keep getting lined up. Very irritating. It's really hard to advance with lurking swarms of light cavalry behind you. Well, let's inch off our hill. Might be a good approach is to seize this rocky outcropping with a light foot and pour arrows down from it. Okay. Next turn. And back. It's out of charge range. Put some arrows down. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to fight the battle. My eyes behind me the whole time. So we'll wait a bit for this unit to catch up, then we can begin a general advance forward, which is probably not very smart, but it's that or not having a battle. Next turn. And now he's shifting flanks to refuse engagement against this strong force. So 14 turns. Do I even have time to make it into contact? I don't know that I do. Get some cavalry support forward just in case. Continue shuffling around ineffectually. Alright, I think we're going to run out of time to do anything here. Next turn. Okay. Are they going to all swing over there? We can match that movement pretty easily if we need to. Good. Need to risk some of our cavalry. Held firm. Okay. Inch forward. And what? They're all the same height. That's 175. So maybe we want this height here. Good. And our cavalry, why don't we turn so that it's at least ready to just rush down to the right rapidly if needed. There we go. Next turn. Okay. Wonder if he's just playing for time at this point. I can be tempted. This is kind of pointless. Let's see, 64, 94, 98, 118 points versus what? 64 plus 48, so 112. Alright, I am admittedly wasting more points in that encounter than he is, so I'll peel off these infantry archers. Next turn. Oh, not this again. Not this again. Take cover. See what's in here. Nothing. This is a bit dangerous. Yeah. Oh well, I'm bored of this. I'm just gonna hurl my men in. It's generally an excellent rationale for action. I mean, really, with 11 turns left, what else am I supposed to do? We'll get our Dailami towards the forest more. I want to get too thinned out here because I don't exactly know what's in there yet. It's looking increasingly like he's just avoiding action at all, though, and going for the draw. Which I guess in a tournament is to be expected sometimes, but I can't say that I enjoy it. Okay, I've started harassing here, perhaps even a little bit recklessly. Let's see if there's any result. There we go. So now our cavalry, which is switch flanks, will have to switch flanks again. And I still don't really know what's in here. Push up and occupy that rough. And let's be prepared to shoot at whatever shows their face here. So far, nothing. Skirmishers. Switch back over. We keep one here. It might be worth keeping one. These light jabs will assist in trying to clear this forest. Mass archers are one of our few medium foot that we have available, so we might need them for forest work as well. Then we sit. Wait for our friends to arrive. Yep, this is all very irritating, but it doesn't matter that much. The main point is to prevent them from intervening in the rear of our army. Which so far we have done. Next turn. Possibly the turn when I find out what else is hiding in here. This still, to me, looks suspiciously like playing for a draw. It's open ground, so we can stand there and shoot in. Get our own lights ever so slowly forward. Here, shove them off. Aha. There we go. Mystery solved. They hold firm, that's fine, and we'll get cavalry ready to intervene, either if these horsemen move out or if the Dailami push out. Meantime, held firm. Waste of arrows, but we have arrows to waste. Of course, this remains deeply irritating. Okay. Well, 9 turns left. We might see a decisive action. Wouldn't bet on it. Next turn. Okay, now he's coming out to fight. And we've got a break coming up in our line. So we need to try to plug the gap. Next we seize this built up area and advance. I'm going to turn this heavy infantry around and start pushing towards an engagement here. Disruption, good. Held firm. Try again. Nope. Alright. Good. And continue moving this wing of cavalry towards a confrontation. You might need a commander if these veterans charge out. Okay. Let's continue to follow up. Should be out of charge arc. Still out of charge arc. Eight turns to go. I still think we're headed toward a draw, but maybe some kind of decision is possible now. I will turn our facing just in case things get messy here. Either flank charges or missile fire. But with these Muslim spearmen bearing down, I don't have a lot of time. I could also simply start trying to run away, but I don't think that would be successful either. If I turn here, I could at least not get flank charged by the light javelin horse. It might be sacrificial to do so, to be honest, but don't feel that I have a lot of options at this point. These completely useless light infantry can keep running their laps. It's what happens when you are inferior in light horse, you end up wasting time. Could waste some arrows there. Is that worth it? Not really. I have to drop them to 116 men to auto break them. They're not there yet. Well, next turn we can break this unit and hopefully push further into this area. Next turn. Yeah, okay. I do sometimes wonder why I insist on attacking in these situations. Do we hold firm? Yes. It cost us some percent, but actually the situation is not that bad. He's got his cavalry running up against our infantry. Lock them in. And shoot. Do we dare to charge? We could end up in a bad way. Yeah, I think ultimately charging in here is a bad idea. Huh. This I can get behind, though. Yep. They'll have to fall back soon or be auto-broken. Charge them. Even more. Medium foot, of course. Firm. How is this? Terrible. How's that? Pretty good. Let's general up. And get ready to charge them next turn. I really want to invest more in this fight because I don't think I'm going to get much out of it. $22. That would do it. Alright. We're running low on arrows, but we're at least clearing this out a little bit so that we can push up further. There's this whole disastrous situation here. Guard the flank. Charge. Could turn and shoot, which would invite. Next turn. Good evasion. See if it matters. He could just charge here and pursue into them. This is starting to get very confusing. Okay. Well, take cover in the built-up area. These are thematic and thus above average, so... Oh, these are mediocre and thus average. Okay. Can work with that. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, you are extremely screwed. Well, shove them off. Come on now. Fall back. Okay. Let's start pushing around the flanks. Could we conceivably break them? Yes. Is it worth it? Probably not, but we're going to do it anyway. They fragged. Interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way we can force an engagement on them. try to work our way around. Yeah, they're utterly screwed. Join in. Okay. They'll have to run away or get auto-broken soon. 6 turns to go. Can we reach a conclusion that time? I kind of doubt it. Next turn. Okay, that's kind of bad, but at least they're running off for a little while. Yeah, I couldn't prevent that, unfortunately. I do truly loathe the battles where towards the end I feel like I should have just sat on my hill. But I guess we're not necessarily completely there yet. Prevent further charge on this unit. Alright, then what? Could shove them in the hope of, well, what if we move here? They're still there. For the auto break. Held firm, too bad. Let's force a confrontation here. And open myself up to a charge. They hold firm. That's fine. I want to push these master archers towards his lights. Here I can either charge or sit and shoot and then get shot at. How's that? It's okay. Decisions. I guess we'll shoot. Because we can for one turn. They hold firm. Turn around, I guess. What a waste of time. Doesn't seem likely that we'll reach a conclusion in 5 turns. Next turn. Very unfortunate timing, Matt. Brutal. Held firm, did they? That shouldn't matter. We won't turn to face down light troops, just because light troops charged us. You'll line up the flank then. And he's blocked himself in, so he can't fall back either. I am... the further this battle goes on, the more I regret crossing the map to fight in this mess. Come on. No. Disrupt. Okay. Lovely. Start. You are most likely doomed, but perhaps you can shift your command over and shuffle out of the way. Yep, we're gonna get flanked. And there's nothing we can do about it. Well, at this point, my hope is to hold on for 4 turns, really. Next turn. Great. Okay, well, this at least is somewhat useful. Only somewhat, though. We're going to have to get shot at even more while we try to work our way around. Do we have ammo? We do have ammo on some of these units. Good. Let's see, what is it to break? 232 to break? Oh, let's just charge it and see if that does it. Nope. We've got 2 more men they can lose. Command on there. Going to need it. Held firm. Right, toss in more arrows. Frag. Charge the light javelin men. Hold firm. Into melee. Okay. No point charging until we can set up the flank. Impact into these light horse archers. I was just hoping for a freak general kill there, but not likely. And do I turn and sling away, or do I just withdraw out of range? I think I shuffle out of range and try to circle around this way. Okay, in the meantime, ouch, what's this? Good, even though we're raw, our defensive spearmen has their swordsman POA. Could do that, but really what's the point? Okay, break. And they pursue. Interesting. Shove them off. And let's break them. Lock this unit in. Let's get some fire on it. 3 turns to the draw. Next turn. Ouch. Well, they're doomed. That gives us a chance, at least, to wiggle out of the way. Now, do I try to drop this unit by shooting and then charge, or is that a waste of arrows? Maybe we just pile on. Get the flank ready. We hold here, I hope. Prepare to pile on with the Roskutato. And in. go for that cohesion drop. Maybe. Nope. Break this unit then. Shove them off, that's fine. Zone them out. Let's just get in, we're running out of time. Good. Take cover in the marsh. Right, and get ready to try to get behind that unit. Here, I think what we'll want to do is just move away from his Dailami foot, which we can't really fight with archers. Go for a freak general kill. Nope. We need to start getting ready to guard against a flank charge next turn. There we go. 2 turns remaining. Still headed straight for a draw, I'd say. Next turn. Right then, you keep desperately running away. Can I force? Yep. Charge in. That covers our flank. Meanwhile, we can throw our Roskatatoi in to assist you. They hold firm. Ugly. Alright. If he charges my archers and makes some evades, we break contact, we'll get a round of sling fire in. Sling bolts, would it be? Not entirely sure, to be honest. Alright, charge them away from the forest. Wow, that was a really pitiful charge. Okay. You also move away from the forest. Prepare to flank. And turn, turn, turn. Start getting away from the impact foot that will eventually wheel around. Reduce command and control. But we're at low ammo, so we'll just waste the rounds anyway. General dump on the irregular foot. Ouch. So you lose maybe a couple more units over here before the end, but not enough to make us lose the battle overall. Next turn. Possibly the last. I never really know how this counter works, to be honest. Okay. Well, let's go for disrupt on them. Or not. Thought that would be an auto break. It wasn't. So I've opened myself up to a flank. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Let's charge into the flank. It's not an auto drop, but they're disrupted already, so we should do just fine. Shove them off the map. Good. Can engage in harassment in the forest as they push over towards us. Okay, and I'm guessing since I have a game host, you'll get one more turn in, which means probably breaking this unit. But that's okay, it'll still be a draw. Sennacherib says, you could have won if you didn't wait so long. Maybe, but I did suffer on the way in from the lights, and I really don't like assaulting scary positions like this. It's also possible I would have lost had I moved more quickly. In the end, a draw isn't really the end of the world for me here. Here we go. So, this will be scored as a draw in the league. It might be 1-1. I don't remember how the drawing system works. Anyway, we didn't lose. That's good enough for me, especially considering how salty I was getting midway through the game as I realized that I was going to attack this position that I'd spent the early game saying I would not attack. This sort of defensive play is something you really only see in tournaments. You don't generally see it in friendlies because, in friendlies you just play. In tournaments there can be motivation if you feel outmatched, as Sennacherib evidently did by this matchup, to play defensively for a draw so that you don't lower your overall campaign score. So that's what happened, and I'm just happy I didn't make any bad enough mistakes on my march across the map to lose the match. So that is match 8 out of 9 for early Middle Ages, and I believe I am at 3 wins, 3 losses. So that math completely doesn't add up. Oh well. The point is, I'm doing completely average as usual, and this continues that streak. Good game to Sennacherib. Till next season, probably.